Hello and welcome to News at 9 on 9. Today we're having a public service announcement about water quality.
Water pollution can come from multiple sources, both point and non-point sources. Point sources come from a single place like a smokestack or a sewage pipe.
Non-point source pollution is any pollution that does not come from a single identifiable source. Examples of this include fertilizer, toxic chemicals from urban runoff, and drainage from abandoned mines.
There's a lot of different kinds of pollution, but today we'll be talking about three kinds: oxygen-demanding wastes, thermal pollution, and sediments.
Oxygen-demanding wastes are excess nutrients put into water by humans. These cause rapid microbial growth, which requires lots of oxygen. These deplete the dissolved oxygen from the water needed by aquatic species and causes many of them to die. These come from sewage, animal feedlots, food processing facilities, and pulp mills. Scientists measure this by testing the levels of different minerals in the water. In order to reduce the amount of oxygen-demanding waste, we can put less excess nutrients into water.
The next type is thermal pollution. Thermal pollution can come from industrial plants and is exactly what it says. It adds heat to the water. The excess heat can cause changes in organisms' intakes of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nutrients. It can be measured by differences in temperature, average temperature over time. The effects of this can be reduced by putting in cooling ponds and cooling towers, or for using the water for other things.
Sediment pollution is due to land erosion. Sediment entering water degrades the quality of water for drinking and water life. It does this by making the water cloudy, so it is harder for animals to see food. It increases the risk of floods. It prevents natural vegetation from growing. It clogs fish gills, and it increases the cost of treating drinking water. Scientists can measure the levels of this by finding out how much of the water is sediment. We can reduce the levels of this by sweeping driveways instead of hosing them off, using weed-free mulch, notifying the government if you see sediment runoff, and avoiding mowing near streams and rivers.
Thank you, Olivia. There are two laws that govern water quality. These are the Clean Water Act and the Safe Drinking Water Act. The Clean Water Act establishes the basic structure for regulating discharges of pollutants into the waters of the U.S. It also regulates the quality of surface water. The Clean Water Act made it illegal to discharge water pollutants from a source point into navigable waters unless of a permit.
The Safe Drinking Water Act was originally passed in 1974. It regulates drinking water supplies to make sure they're safe for Americans. It was amended in 1986 and again in 1996 to take even more steps to make sure the water is safe. Thank you for tuning in to our public safety announcement.